On the open road, on the open road, yeah. On the open road, yeah, I've traveled.
Kia ora whānau. This weekend's mission is all about making sausages and making patties. So you fellas out there that have been messaging me on Instagram and asking me a few things about making sausages, making patties, what mixes do you get, where do you get them from. So today is all about showing you step by step what I do. This is my own personal thing on how I roll to do these things, and I pretty much learnt off YouTube from a English butcher, which is Scott Reed. If you go and check him out, he's got thousands or hundreds of YouTube videos about making sausages, and he's a bloody top bloke for making some pretty delectable treats. So anyway, first of all, today we need obviously some meat, right? So we've probably got about 40 kgs of venison in here. I would roughly say there's about 40, maybe even more, 50, but that's okay. So there's plenty of meat there. It's all clean, it's all been cut, ready to go into that bad boy there, which is our mincer. So for all of you that have been asking the question, where does the mincer come from, where do you buy the mincer? That mincer is from farmland. So that is the T12 mincer, and this thing here is pretty good. It does us pretty well for the amount of meat that we have, and I think that can do roughly around about 150 kgs per hour that they base the stats on. So pretty good mincer. I like it. It's got multiple changing plates and stuff in the front, but I like a coarse sausage, and for the patties you want real coarse sort of meat anyway. So I've always just left the same plate on. So moving on to the hinu, the fat. So this is what you want. This is pork fat. As you can see, it's got a little bit of meat, but this is all the trimmings off the butchers from, I guess, the abattoirs that they skim off and they package it up into nice little packages. And thank you to the brother, Backridge Butcher, bro, you're the man. The brother hooked me up with some hinu and gave us a good deal and good price on it. So yeah, thank you very much for that, bro. Awesome stuff. And yeah, so that's where our hinu's from. So thank you again to Backridge Butcher. Then we move on to the products or the seasonings. So first thing is this stuff here. So this stuff here is from Dunningham's, as you can see, premium patty mix. That is the tahi. That is the tahi, man. It's very nice. It's very flavoursome, and I haven't heard any complaints yet. Then we move on to the Dunningham's garlic and herb sausage mix. So this stuff here, if you follow the instructions, you can't really go wrong. So it's 9 kgs of meat, 2 kgs of water, and this is 1 kilo. So you do the math on that, it ends up being quite a bit of meat. So when it says 9 kgs of meat, that also means that you can put your fat in there as well. So even if you had, say, 7 kgs of meat, and you could put 2 kilos of fat in it. So it's up to you how you want to have your fat ratio. Normally you have about 20% fat, but today we're going to up it, and I might even hit the 30% fat. So yeah, we'll give that a go. But all this thing here is a trial and error. So every time that we do sausages, I change up the mix a little bit, or if the sausages are mint, everyone likes it, I'll just stick to the same. But I just felt that the last lot of sausages that I did were just a little bit dry for my liking. There's still quite a bit of hinu in there, but everyone loves the hinu dripping down. The reason that we put the fat in the sausages, right, is because it gives the moisture in the sausage. So no one likes really eating a dry sausage. You need that moisture, I guess. Yeah, the moisture.
Lubrication.
Or lubrication. Some people might call it lubrication. Moisture. KY in your sausage. But yeah, that's the whole reason, is just keeping that moisture in your sausage. Nothing worse than eating into a dry bit of sausage. No good. And to get those sausages, you also need these, right? So these are natural hog casings that are salted. So I'm going to have to pull these out, run them in a bit of warm water, and pick out enough for us to do all our sausages. So that's where these come from here. So it's all from the same company. You buy all your stuff from the same place, Dunningham's Meats. Check them out online, and we can go on there. You log in, make your own login, and then you can go shopping and it's pretty much the same place that where a lot of butchers grab their products. So every day Joe Blog can go on there and grab their products from there.
Look who else is on his video. That's right, me. Anyway, just I'm going to be in the line with the bro here, and he's giving me the green light to do a bit of filming. So this here, if you guys may remember off one of my vids, and I think he's still making his vid, but we tapped 4 deer up the Ruahenis, and this is basically all 4 of those deer processed. So the bro's just going to run us through the plan, and it's going to be what to do with this stuff, bro.
What that's us plan is that meat there, as you can see, it's, well, I'll show you, it's all cut up. It's all cut up, it's ready for the mincer. I mean, that there will go down the throat of the mincer, as you can see, just a piece of wheeze, and yeah man, look at this stuff, this is just prime Vinny. Beautiful. So that goes down into here. We're gonna fill up our little bins which are at the end there, and these are going to go underneath the mincer, and then what we're going to do is weigh them out, and then just keep an eye on the weight of things, because the whole process about doing your meat is all about ratio with fat, the mix, and meat. So just remember that: fat, meat, mix.
Just a little heads up, what we've learnt in recent times, when you get back from a hunt, take the time to prep it like this, because previous times I would shoot the deer, drop it off at this fella's place, and basically a cut and run, and it would be covered in stones and sticks and here, and then I'd get a rip up as I'm driving back to Wellington. But we're all good now, eh, bro? Yeah. We're friends now.
Just keep on. So just a little bit of a brief quick rundown on the mincer. So these heads, they can come off. As you can see, you just undo that screw there, and the whole head comes off, and there's your main attachment plate there. So these plates here, they're interchangeable, they come out in different sizes, but I'm using the coarse plate, which is all good. Now there is some people out there that'll probably say, well, how come you didn't put the head of the mincer in the freezer? We've got quite a bit of meat to go through. I didn't do it this time. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I don't really find that it makes too much of a difference. It's just
what's the actual idea behind freezing the gear, bro?
I think what it is all about is that if you freeze the head, it makes the meat go through a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe for some hygiene reasons, that I guess if you freeze your head, that it probably kill all the bugs or whatnot. But I've made sure to give this a good huck out with hot water and that before I use this. So yeah, all good. Let's look into sweet whānau. So that's us. We are just about to crank into it. So as you can see, got all our meat chopped up. Doing your prep work makes things, or makes life a lot easier. Check that out, man. So that was all, that tray was all filled up just then, and that's all gone. Oh well, boys into it, man. Got the production line pumping. So there's our bin full of Benny so far.
15 kgs in there.
15 kilo. So roughly every time we do about one of these, it's roughly around about 5. Yeah, dude. So that's us. What we're up to now is while the boys are doing the rest of the Veni meat, I'm going to start chopping up this stuff here. So this is our pork fat. So I'm going to chop this into nice long strips, and then we're going to run this through the mincer. So, beauty. That's us. I'm still chipping away with the old fat. I'm just chucking them into the long strips there, about halfway through, and then boys have just smashed out the old Veni. So awesome. There's our weights on everyone there. So yeah, I'll be bloody close to, I don't know, 35, 40 kilos. So yeah, we'll do a tally up soon, and then yeah, decide what we're going to do with all that. Right, that's us. Next stage, Hinu time. So here we go, Hinu in the mincer.
This looks yummy, bro.
So just with this stuff, this stuff does take a little bit more time to do. So just do one at a time and then push it through with the. Okay.
Yeah, that's the way.
Yeah. Just keep one at a time, bro, and then do that. Because what happens with this now, this is a trick. This is a trick. This is a lesson I've learned, and it's a hard lesson, and it was a really pain in the ass. So the thing with fat is, right, you need to keep everything cold and try and process it as fast as possible. And if you need to, that's what that thing is there for, the chiller. So if it's quite warm and your fat is starting to get real soft, that's not a good thing, because you want everything to stay nice and cold, and where there is heat or warmth, there comes bacteria. So with this stuff here, this is really nice. It's just right, I think, the way that it's coming out of the mincer. It's got a nice texture to it. You don't want it real soft and just oozes out. That's not what you want. So this stuff's still nice and firm, and it's nice and cool today. So the bro's doing a mint job getting that through the mincer. As you can see, she's just tucking away. So that's exactly what you want. There's our last leg. Bro's doing a mean job feeding that into the old mincer. So here's our bins. And meat. Ratios. So the ratio on here, which is your garlic and herb mix that you get from Dunningham's. So the instructions say for 1 bag of this, which is 1 kg of seasoning, you have 9 kgs of meat and 2 kgs of water, which is what, 2 litres of water. So if we were to work this out, what I want to do is I want to make 1 big bin full of sausages, and the rest of it I want to make into patties. So for this here, 9 kgs of meat, for me, I do, for today, so if we were talking about one of these bags, I want to have 6 kgs of meat and 3 kilos of fat per bag. Alright, so then that would be enough fat to be a little bit more than what I used last time. So last time I'd done 7 kgs of meat and 2 kgs of fat, which was still okay in the sausage, but I just want to add a little bit more fat, and I just want to try that out. So like I say, it's all about trial and error with this stuff, and I'm just trying to find that bit of a sweet spot just to make it all molto bene. So yeah, let's give this a go, and yeah, we'll try it out. So normally I use these kitchen scales here, and they go up to 5 kg, but I hadn't checked them before. The battery was flat, so we're on to the Weight Watcher scales anyway, which is all good. You know, it's there or thereabouts. You know, we're not too fussy here. So the bro is just measuring up, so 2.75 kg. So if we can try and do about 5 kg lots just to keep everything going or whatnot, doesn't matter, as long as someone can count and make sure that we get to 12 kgs in total. So plan is 12 kgs of meat in here, then we measure that out. I want to take 6 kgs of fat out onto this, put 2 of these bags in there, and then it's 4 litres of water, and then give it a good old stir up. Tad more. Yep, that'll do.
That's 2 of those.
Right. So that's 1 bin, so that's 6 kgs of meat. And boys are going to do the next one. So there's our 12-ish kgs of meat, and then we're going to save the rest of this for patties. And then here's our hinu there. Beautiful. So you've got a little bit of pork meat in there, not too much, but most of it's hinu. It's probably only about 10% meat in there, and probably not even that. So the trick with the old hinu is that hinu looks like there's a lot, but it actually doesn't weigh a lot. So meat is a lot heavier than the hinu, or fat. So that's 2.1 kilos of hinu. Okay. Right, so roughly about 2 more of those, and then we've got our 6 kilos of hinu. So what we've got here is our meat and fat ratio, and so what I want to do is I need to mix all this stuff through. So as you can see, I just want to give this a bit of a pre-mix around. So it's the old hand job here, and gotta bloody give it the old, yank around here and there, get it all mixed up. So what we have here is our seasoning. So this is garlic and herb seasoning, and I've got 2 bags here. So this is 2 kgs of seasoning for our mix here. So what we need to do is chuck them in. So I suggest that if you're going to do this at home, pre-mix your fat and your meat in together, just to get everything mixed over, and then just put all your seasoning in. So we'll stick in 2 bags. So this is 1 bag.
Man, that smells nice.
Next bag. Alright. Now after this, we need to put in 4 litres of water. So the water and the mix will help everything bind together. Give it a good old hand job before, mix up, and then once that is happy and we're happy with the consistency, which we'll get to, then we need to run it back through the mincer just to make sure that everything is all being grinded up and evenly distributed to the sausage. Right, so that's us. Chuck the water all over it.
How much water is that?
So this is 2 litres of water in here. So it actually looks like a lot, but once you mix it all up, it just binds up. So one more drink. Right, that's it. Time to get down and dirty and give it a good old mix up. And then, yeah, let's see what the consistency is like after we give it a good huck up, eh? This is what you want. Bind her all up. Now, the consistency that you want, if you just stick to the instructions, which is pretty good, it's going to just fall off your hands pretty clean. You don't want it real too sticky. This is actually really nice, and it's bloody nice and cold too. That's because we kept all our meat in the chiller, the frosting, over the last couple of days. Just prep for this morning. Makes your life a lot easier if you get that little bit of prep work going in. But yeah, man, look at that. Pack all that goodness into a sausage skin. Be bloody deadly, and it smells delicious.
Yeah, this will be way more tackier, eh, bro?
Next step, while the boys are smashing out the last final mix through the mincer, is the sausage casing. So this is how they come. There is many different ways that they do come. They can be salted, they come in a vacuum bag, they can also have tubes already up inside them, so you can slip them onto the old attachments for the sausage press. So yeah, I'll give these a rinse out in some water and start cleaning. What we're up to now is we need to give our sausage skins a bit of a soak up. So these things here have been salted and preserved in salt and a bit of water, so it just keeps their integrity, and just need to wash all that out. So I'll give them a bit of a soak, and then we also need to wash out the insides of them as well. So just missed a little bit of action happening over here while I'm tattooing around with these bloody sausage skins. So yeah, they are a little bit time consuming, so handy tip, make sure you do them before you're ready. I was wasn't onto it this morning, but never mind, it's all good. So the boys are hooking into our patty mix. So premium patty mix has gone in there, and yeah, as you can see, the old ham mix, and you can smell the flavours in there, and I reckon that probably couldn't go astray with a little jetball taste test. So we'll run that through the mincer, and then yeah, we'll what do you reckon, boys? We'll have a bit of a taste test with the frying pan.
Roger.
Yep. Okay, all good. So was just mixing that up. So with the patty stuff, it does say on the bag, which is the smallest bag in the premium patty mix, comes with 5 kgs. Add water as required. So I'd say that we'd almost want to be having the same consistency, almost like the sausage as well. So right, that's us. Final mix on the patties. Woo-hoo-hoo! Beauty. So boys are doing the final mix on the patties, and then come over to here. I've just sussed out the sausages, all our skins. So a bit of a tip for these is the skins. It is a lot of messing around with these skins, so you can get skins that do have an insert inside them, the plastic insert. So you just give those a bit of a wash up, and you can stick them straight on the sausage attachment, peel them off, and then cut them. So yeah, if you can't be bothered mucking around with those, well, these ones, they are a little bit cheaper, but yeah, the hassle is, I don't know if it's worth the money. Nice and hard, nice and hot. Alright, here we go. Right, cut it into little bits so everyone can have a try. Bit of a taste test. Alright. We're going to have our first try, bro. All good?
Oh man, that's primo, eh?
Ratio's good?
Oh bro, primo.
Shawnee.
Need to make some more. Oh, come on!
Right.
Beauty, bro.
Me. Right. Got the king, Chief Walla Walla here.
There's the overseer. Could have cooked some more up, eh?
There you go. It's deadly. Alright. Man, I might have to bloody have a try myself.
I think the 12 worked there.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Reka. It's us, Pano. Another taste tester. So we've all just decided that because we have to try it, and I just said to the boys, when you do this amount of mahi up in the hills, to come back and process it, and it's mean to have the brothers here to give me a hand and help out, and you know, to have a taste test and to try it out for your own sort of knowledge about what it is. It's all worth it, you know. So it just really makes you appreciate you know, the animals more, the time up in the hills, how lucky we are in New Zealand to have this sort of you know, availability of dockland hunting. And yeah, it's bloody awesome. And I mean, you know, all of this meat here is going to feed a lot of people. So, you know, my whānau, Rochi's whānau, the bro here helping us out today, you know, he can go home with a swag load of meat for him and his whānau as well. So yeah, it's bloody awesome. So we are into the next process. Is we're going to do the patties, and what we're going to do with the patties is Dunningham's bring out these well, plastic bags. And well, synthetic bags, that's what they actually call it on the website, synthetic bags. So the plan is put that stuff in here. So this is a sausage machine, and we're going to pack this stuff full in here. I'm going to attach this large nozzle that comes with this, and then what we're going to do is insert the bag on the end of the nozzle, and then it's going to pack it up, and it'll pretty much look like dog roll. And then what you do is you stop at the end, seal it off, and then you stand them up in the freezer and freeze them. That way, once they're all frozen, then you can run them through the bandsaw and zing them up, and hey presto. So that's the mission. Roger's just chucking on the attachment there. So we've got the large nozzle there. So this nozzle can be used probably for salamis, and good for filling up these bags. So the larger bags, you want to, the aim of the game is to try and fill these bags. So roughly, normally from the last time that I used them, it's one of those fills to one bag. So let's see how we go. So yeah, pack it in, bro, ram it down, ram it right in, make sure there's no air gaps. Yep, that's the one. Punch it in and stuff like that. Now the trick with this stuff is, when you're using your sausage filler, is you don't want air. Air is no good because it starts to fill your bags or your sausage skins with air pockets, and yeah, not the one. So yep, that's enough, bro. As you can see, Roger's filled it up, so don't overfill it, otherwise it starts peeling off the top when the piston goes down. So this sausage press here has got two speeds, a fast and a slow. So once we start putting this down, so this is obviously the fast one. Alright, now we just push that out, and what we want to do is we want to get the meat out to the end of the nozzle just like that, and then stop. So that means that all that air, if we were to have that on there, would be filling the bag. So she's ready to roll. I'll just start feeding this in here, and then all I want you to do, bro, is hold the end there, okay, and then as it fills up, let it go, and it'll...
Yeah.
That's the one. So yeah, keep holding it. Right. So that's how big those patties are going to be, that size.
Wow, man, this is mean.
Yeah. Right, I'm at the end of the press now. That's it. So as you can see, that there leaves you the perfect amount to tie up at the end. Yep, that's the one, bro. Push the end down, flatten that off. Yep. Right, there you go. So that's one patty bag done. So yep, you tie that up, and then we can put some cable ties on the end there, or whatever you've got, some rope or string. We can use some tape, and then what you do is you stand those up in the freezer and chill them like that, freeze them fully, and then they're ready to be cut on the bandsaw. Sausage stage. So we have just finished the filling of our patties. So that's our patties. My good sister here, she's filling up our press with the sausage mix. So that's enough bub for that. And I have already pre-prepped our sausage skins. So I've already washed these out. It's good to give these a bit of a soak. Now when you buy these, they come salted and preserved. So some cold water, give them a rinse through, get rid of all the salt in that, and then you're good to go. So the next step is to put one of these skins onto the end of that, and then we have to feed it on, and lubrication from the water is always good, because what you want to do is wet your hands. So that's why I keep a lot of water in this bucket here. Wet your hands, and then you get a feel for how much fill goes into the skins, because the thing about filling your sausage skins is you don't want to overfill them, or you'll split the skins and then you have to restart everything. So what I do is use a smaller nozzle that I've learned from doing this a few more times. There is the larger nozzles. I mean, this one's a smaller one as well. You'd probably use that for like sheep casings. Hog casings, I use this one, and then I can put more fill in, but once it's in the skins, it's hard to sort of move around and stuff, so better to use this. Alright, now these things can be a bit of a bugger sometimes. Once you get it on, I mean, you know, all you fellas out there that slip on those joeys, you fellas will be experts at this. Get it on there. Well, first you got to lube up the shaft, and then you got to feed her on. So unfortunately, it's just what you have to do. So once you get a bit of a flow on like that, there you go.
How long's the skins, bro?
These ones are about 5 meters long that I measured them out, but they can go a lot longer. So there's a whole lot of skins that are connected into the hank, that's what they call it. And yeah, I just measured roughly roughly about 5 meters. So as you can see, you just feed it on there, like so. Now,
Man, that's heaps, eh?
how it's nice and wet, this is what you want. This helps you, because if this was dry, it makes your life a lot harder. So you can put as many or as little as amounts of skin on here as you want. So see how much we've got left, eh? Quite a bit. Yeah, we might get that on there. But the important thing is don't overpack these things as well, because once you're filling, sometimes the skin overlaps itself and you end up doing yourself a mischief. So that's enough. That's enough skins on there for now. Here's my knife.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I got one. Okay. Cut that off. Right, so see that's probably another metre left over, so we can save those for later. We'll put them on this side of the bucket and then put that over there. Okay, now the important thing with this is you can either do a couple of things. The easiest thing is just leave enough at the end so you can get the air out when you're filling, or you can tie it up. So you don't have to tie a knot in this. So really important with your sausage, don't try to eliminate the air getting into it. So before we do this, I'll pull this back so I can expose the end. Now this is a new nozzle, so you're going to have that air gap in between here, right? Because we've just finished doing the patties. So I want to push this out until I see the meat come out, and then I'll slip the skin back over the meat. Now that that air's gone, then we pull this back over, like so. Right, so to start these off, so the important thing about all of this is you don't want to overfill your skins. So I can move the stuff around with my right hand, and with my left I'm just controlling the flow of the skins coming off. So if you think there's a little bit too much, you can use your right hand and squeeze and let some of the casings come off, and you can actually fill them up. But when you cook these, they'll bloom out anyway, because they'll just naturally go out from cooking all the juices, and especially with the fat melting, they'll make the skins push out a lot more anyway. So there you go. So we're just controlling it nice and easy. Pretty much we'll keep going until we run out of skins, or the length of skin. Yep, that's the one, Dad. Slow down a bit. Yep. No, not too much. Just, yep, carry on. Going good though. So we just keep going until we run out of mix, or the skins run out.
You just cut it off.
Yep. But normally a run out of this here will go pretty well, and we'll make a nice link up, and then that's the next thing that I'll show you as well, how to link the sausages. So they're in threes.
You're out.
Yep.
Yep.
Nice.
Back it off.
Okay. Yep, back it off. It's all good. Alright. Now, pull off enough so you can tie it. Cut it. There you go. Here's your runner sausage. That's exactly what it is, correct? This is intestines. This is hog intestines.
You ate some last night.
Okay. So with this here, feel along the sausage skins. So these skins are pretty good. They're nice and held firm, and they don't feel like they're going to split. So the thing about your skins is make sure you wash them out in cold water. I've done this rookie mistake, is I actually put too much hot water in them, with warm water, and left them, and it actually cooked it, and it split all the skins when I went to try and do it, and then I had to start all over again. And lucky I had some spares. So pretty much go through these. There's a couple of ear pockets, but don't be too, we're not Gordon Ramsay here. We're just trying to make a feed at home for our family and friends. But that seems to be going alright. Little split there. So just, yeah, pretty much just do a bit of a QA on your sausage run. There's a couple of air gaps in that here, but don't worry about that too much. Really, just start linking. So I'll show you how to link, and then we can start carrying on with the video. So this is our runner sausage. First of all, you need to pick on how big you want your sausages. So I normally have my sausages roughly, I like a good sausage, hearty sausage, and most of the time if we're having sausages, you know, 2 would actually be enough per person. So pinch it, twist it. Now this is where you will find if you have overfilled your skins. So I think we've done not too bad, but if it is a little bit full, just squeeze the skin down a little bit and just keep pushing the meat down. Alright, now what you need to start off with is 3 sausages. Alright, so then you have your 3 sausages. Now, I'll try and explain this the best I can, but I'll try and show you as well. So you get your first sausage, and this is where you start off with. So those, press them together, and you loop them around. Okay, then do the same again. Then you pop that through. Now it's easier, and this is where you split your skins if you've got your sausages overfilled. Or the biggest thing is if they're too tight, because they are overfilled, make them longer, so then you've got more room to play with. So pinch it, twist it, pull through. Twist it. So I like good sausages, so that's my size sausage. Now make sure, take it through the outside. Don't take it in the inside, otherwise it makes it hard for yourself. There you go. Same again. Twist it. Outside.
Yeah, me.
Pinch it. Pinch it.
It's like crocheting.
Same again. So you do have to go through the inside once, but that should be your easiest part. Outside. Pinch it. Fold them over. So this is why it's very important not to overfill your skins, like I said before, because when you get to this point, you start popping skins, and then it's very frustrating. Same again, pinch it, outside. There you go.
Yeah.
That's a full link, done and dusted. Man, what a bloody mission, but all good. Thanks to the old man and his helpful hands, and my sister and the bro and bro Rogie. The bro just had to take off down the road just to go into H&F just to pick up a few things before he heads off down to the South Island next week, so stay tuned for that mission from him. But yeah, we're just on clean-up duties now, and the moral of the story is if you're going to do a bit of a mission like this, more hands make less work. So that's awesome. There we have our patties. So our patties are all done and dusted, they're nice and full, and you just stand them up like that and then freeze them standing up so they're nice and straight. So those will be frozen, and then next week I'll take them to the butcher and get them to zing them up on the bandsaw. So yeah, that's us from for this mission. Hope you enjoyed that one, and yeah, me.